bigger. I don't know whether this will be able to take her on either. Take the Superworm on or not. You can just see her sticking her head out there. Look. She is a bit bigger. I should come and get it. Superworm's trundling off. Oh, here we go now. You've got a nice view of the spider because it's on a nice aluminium metal ladder. Oh, look at her fangs. Oh, she's trying to bite it. She's gone back in. She's still kind of small. But she's bigger than the last one, which is good. More encouraging that she might be able to take it on. It's quite a nice sized web, this one. It goes all amongst this ladder, around the little table that I've got. She's just below the one that I called Polly last year, and Polly's moved on, so this is the new Polly. Polly ladder, or Polly something. Here she comes again. Oh, she's trying to bite it. Bit of a bite and then run off again, and she's back up there, look. This worm's still trying to get off. This is a much easier one to film because I just went and got a chair and I can sit next to it, keep it reasonably steady for you, so that you don't have to put up with that jolting about. I know it's annoying, but when the spider's high up in the air, it's hard to film them. And this one, not so much, because it's on the level and I've got a chair to sit in. She comes again. I don't know whether she's going to take this such a big beast on or not. She's come back again for another go. She's giving it a nip, don't know. See her fangs there. She's trying to find a spot to bite into it. She's trying. Whoa. She's trying hard. She's flipped it over onto its back now. It's just whether she can actually bite into it or not. Going for the soft underbelly. Ooh. For the head. Shot off. I saw her. There she is. I've just put the torch on. Now it's still daylight, but if you put the torch on, you can see their little eyes. Look, oh, here she comes again. Did she bite it that time? into a web, look. Back. She's got it. She's bitten it this time. Oh. I thought she'd actually bitten into it then. She's coming back again. Fighting it. Trying to get a grip somewhere to be able to bite into it. She's trying to narrow end down the bottom end. See if she can bite it. You can see how small she is in comparison to the Morio worm. There you go, she's biting into it there at the other end. Its narrowest point. Oh, trying to bite the head end as well. And again, another bite. She's got a fang stuck, but that right fang was stuck in there. Both in there now, look. So she is biting it, she's envenomating it. It's going to be an enormous meal for her. Don't know whether she'll finish it all. She'll probably bite it in several places. And that venom will work to liquidize the body all throughout. Actually webbing a bit there. So when she's running around, she was moving her spinnerets at the back there, so she was putting a bit of extra web over the top of it. And she's bitten it a few times. See the little eyes there, look, the spider's little eyes. I'm still moving, but very slowly now, so I think that she has bitten it and envenomated it, so that's why it slowed it down. Got her little eyes shining. Thank you to the man that sold me the new Morio worms. I call them Superworms because that's what they are. They're just like a big ground beetle, big running beetle is what they pupate into. If you ever keep spiders and all that sort of thing, you used to be able to get a little film case which was like a little tube with a lid on it. And if you get one of them, I'll perhaps show you with one of these and you can see what they turn into, what kind of beetle they turn into. You just take one of these worms, put a bit of compost in the actual tube, make a hole in the top, or a couple of holes in the top. You put the worm inside, shut the lid, stand it on a cool dark shelf for probably a month, 6 weeks, perhaps even longer, and the worm will pupate and it'll turn into one of these big running beetles that I've told you about. And as I say, once it's pupated, you'll hear it rattling about in the film tube case thing, and then you can open it up very carefully and you'll let it out, and it'll be a running beetle, and it's sort of probably about the length of this spider. It's probably a couple of centimetres, 2.5 centimetres long, black running beetle, and that's what the Morio worm and the superworms turn into. And other than that, they're just worms that you buy to feed to your pet tarantula, or your scorpion, or your lizards, frogs, toads, things like that. And these are my no responsibility pets, so they're not my pets really, but I'm feeding them to see if I can grow them really big. And I haven't got any responsibility at all for them, as in they're wild animals really. And they're just spiders that live in my polytunnel or live in my shed. And I know that you all like watching them, so I thought I'd bring you along and show you, and I'll try and show you as many of the different spiders that live in my shed as possible. I'm actually sitting here showing you this one, and I can see 2 zebra jumping spiders not far away. Shall we show you? I'll be able to see it on there. Look. There's one. That's it. It's there. I don't even know if that might be a different one. Might not be a zebra. Might be a different, but it's a jumping spider anyway. It's a tiny one. And there's another one I've just seen. There's absolutely tons of them. I love this polytunnel for all the animals in it. All the spiders. Back to this one. So yeah, jumping spiders. There's all sorts of spiders in here. And they're fantastic and interesting to watch. So there we go. The jumping spiders feed on different bugs, little tiny flies, or all sorts of things, green fly and aphids, and all sorts of things. And these English house spiders, which is what these are, they feed on anything, it would seem. If you go onto my playlist, you can see that I've tried feeding them all sorts of things, and they will eat anything pretty much. There's quite a good video, and it was Stereo the spider, and I put in a centipede, and she actually took it on. The first time she tried to go for it, she did a backflip to get away from it because it was trying to bite her back. And then the second time she went in, she actually bit it and ate it. So go and have a watch of that video. I thought it was good. She did a cartwheel when she jumped out the way of it. This one is a youngster spider who's definitely, there we go, got into it again, biting into it. Look, hanging on like a rodeo. She's bitten in there. She's got her fangs in there. Envenomating it again. Definitely got those fangs stuck in. This is the new Polly, I'm going to call her. Polly the polytunnel spider. And it's the new one. She's kind of small, but she'll grow in no time, especially when she's been fed giant mealworms like this. You can see those fangs are jammed right in, stuck in the actual flesh of the superworm. Still got a bit of movement to the worm. She's definitely overpowering it now. Now she's got those fangs in. So this is the second out of 8 spiders that I'm feeding in the polytunnel in the shed. The other smaller one would eat a maggot or a waxworm. I should have bought some waxworms for the smaller spiders. Never mind, this one's still got her fangs in there. Still envenomating it. Definitely slowing down, just after overcoming it. Still got fangs in there. That you can see a bit of venom on the actual fangs as well. A little bit of glistening there, and the little tiny eyes shining. That she's still got it. She's still biting it. I'm going to leave her to have a feed, and I'll bring you and have a look at it tomorrow and see how she's getting on. She's not going to be able to carry it off because it's too big a prey item, but she'll just sit in the web and she'll just feed on it once it's stopped moving completely and the venom's liquidized the body, broken down all the insides, and she'll suck out the juice, which is the actual superworm. Still got a bit of a fight in it. I think it's just probably the nerves in the actual creature's body. She's still got her fang stuck in there a bit, that right fang. Still stuck there. Just the nerves really move. Right, I'm going to leave her to it, I think. You can still see that fang in there. You can see how tiny she is in comparison to the actual worm. Look. She's about, her body's probably about 1 centimetre and her legs are about 2 centimetres in diameter, perhaps 2.5. And the superworm itself, the Morio worm, is about 3.5 centimetres long by perhaps 15 mil wide, 10 mil wide perhaps. And so this is a huge dinner for her. Still kicking a bit, but like I say, I think she's pretty much overcome it there. It's in its last throes of life. Just carry on just for a minute longer. We're nearly there though, I think. There we go. English house spider, young English house spider, gets a new Morio worm, new fresh Morio worm. Managed to bite into it. This is her dinner tonight. You need? Alright. There we go. Anyway, hope everyone's well. Cheers.